Come on, Ashley.
Ignore them.
I cannot. Ignore them.
Hey! I
Ignore them. Rewind it.
Ignore them.
He's like, in the middle of his meal. Ignore them.
I did not notice that on first watch.
It's perfect. I did. I noticed that immediately. He's muff diving and in it to win it.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Miata Lebele. You already know who I am. I'm an actor, writer, producer here in Los Angeles. I love all things Bridgerton. But guys, today I have next to me the most beautiful, wonderful, amazing person. Look at her. Glowing, gorgeous. This is Marissa Rivera. Hands up. Hands up. You guys know Marissa Rivera as Magda from, what is it, Good Trouble. You also know her from Try Guys. I'm just going to read this off. She's done Without a Recipe, Eat the Menu, all food-related things on the Try Guys, and also is now on the second Try app that just launched.
Yes.
Amazing.
So on that now.
Yes.
You can go see it now. You gotta sign up.
But, but don't leave my channel just yet.
Yeah,
but watch all of this later. And then come back. And then go do that. But Marissa also, we both are major, romance lovers.
Oh, so we text each other all the time. Have you read this? Did you read that? What are your thoughts? Can't wait for the rest of the season. I can't wait.
We're both actually enjoying this season.
Yes.
Marissa is usually so much nicer about the show too. than I am, so I thought it would be really exciting to have another person on the channel to actually bounce ideas off of. We're both deeply opinionated individuals
yes.
too. So I'm
deeply. Me and Miata have known each other for years at this point. 2015, 2016? 2016.
We both did the NBC Diversity Showcase.
Yes.
When we were 12, because we're so young.
Yeah, that's right. We were infants.
We were infants when we did it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm just really excited. We've even been talking about possibly doing more romance review type things.
Yes.
Why not? Y'all know I've been talking about it and lying to you for years about actually doing it. So anyways, I'm so excited to have Marissa here.
So excited to be here.
Y'all cannot see this, but I've got a spread, y'all. I've got a spread. Marissa and I are going to try to review what we have so far for season 1, all in one day. Mm-hmm. And we literally have brown liquor.
and pink bubbly.
And pink bubbly.
Actually.
So I plan on being tipsy. I think I told you guys.
I thought that was going to pop and it didn't pop. So I was like, ah! And opened that so awkwardly. So
I love this for us.
Fun.
So I told Marissa that I'd like to be turned on my channel. And so we're going to be taking shots. We've got this.
Ain't no other way.
Ain't no other way. We've got this $5.99 Bellini. I've got a charcuterie plate. I know it's called charcuterie,
but for a romance review, it's charcuterie.
It is charcuterie, and we actually have gigantic burritos. I don't know. Okay, so I'm from the South. I'm a Black woman from the South. There's never such thing as too much food, ever.
No.
So I have too much. Also, y'all, Marissa brought me this gift, which is so beautiful. Marissa, tell everybody what it is.
Okay, so this is a Bridgerton and Pat McGrath collab. I think they did it for Queen Charlotte, but I've been saving this for you.
You haven't.
Yes, I have. First of all, it's a beautiful color. It's for you.
It's a beautiful color, guys. Look at this. What a dream. Maybe I'll wear this on a further video. By the way, you will see as these videos go on, we're probably going to get messier and drunker. So if the lipstick.
Yeah, we're filming this all in one day and doing movie magic and just changing outfits. Yeah. So, and makeup. So we'll see what we see.
I'm so excited. Okay. So I am somehow going to get a computer somewhere and we're going to come back. We're going to start reviewing the show. Actually, before we start, let's take a shot for the people.
Oh. For the people.
When was the last time you took a shot?
I literally cannot remember.
Wait. You don't just be taking shots?
No.
At home?
I'm a baby. I'm a pothead. I'm gonna be honest.
Listen, we're in Cali, okay? I Listen, those edibles be hitting every time. So
that's what I do.
yeah. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Okay.
I'm gonna chase it with the Polini. Cheers.
Yay. Okay. Let's go. Excellent.
Oh!
Got that tequila. I'm so excited. Okay, guys.
I just took half the shot.
Wait, what?
I'm a baby. Oh God. Start strong. I just feel the burn. I have not had anything to eat yet today.
Oh my God. Okay, so no, we got the burritos. We were going to take a bite.
But I'm going to feel the burn first.
Okay, guys. Let's get into our reaction of episode 1 of season 3 of Bridgerton.
Polin, let's go! We just did the most millennial.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. You're not taking these from me.
No.
Okay, guys. We are here. Marissa, how much of the shot? Did you take it all?
Yes, it's gone, finally.
Gone?
Took me 3 times.
I don't know. I might take another shot.
I think you should.
You don't, like, I'm easily peer pressured.
There you go.
Thank you, friend. So you had just said that you really love kind of like the new graphics that they're using.
I love the new graphics. I love the new graphics for every show. They've individualized. So look at the Netflix logo right here when we start it.
Ooh, let me restart.
Yeah.
Also, though, I do want to say, before we fully start, where is your ranking so far for all of the seasons? Like, do you have...
Queen Charlotte.
Do you know that there are people that just aren't watching Queen Charlotte? I think it's been the
Insanity.
least
That's insanity. I have never laughed and cried. I cried. Sometimes you just need to cry.
Yes.
Sometimes you just need to be a human and you need to cry. With the bee! Come on! Coming out into the foreground. Let's go, bee. Let's go, honey bee. Let's go.
About one thing though, someone did say that it is crazy that a bee killed their father and it's the family like it's the family seal. I do think it's very funny that it killed Papa. I guess
I feel like they took the power back. You know?
Yes, exactly.
They took the power back, and it's like it's a remembrance. Like
it is a remembrance.
Every time you see a bee, then
it's like dad.
Course, their dad's there.
Yes.
Yeah,
it definitely happened at the end of season 1. I know, like after she gave birth, there was like a little bee on the windowsill that was like, "That's my baby."
Yeah, that's my grandson.
Entry brimming with confidence and charisma.
That's right.
Yes, a plus size queen.
That's right.
Plus size queen.
First of all, I love how she comes right in with all the debutantes, and it's all positivity.
It is. Yes.
All positivity.
Yes.
It's like introducing these minor characters.
Yes.
But really it's showing that Whistledown is all... She's just seeing the good in people.
And usually it's so interesting because in the show, they never show her writing when she's talking about the good of people. Whenever Penelope is writing, it's because she's about to tear somebody apart.
That's true.
Like, when she starts writing, she's like, "Fuck your mama."
She's about to go down.
She's about to go down.
Yeah.
And there is Miss Barrigan, who certainly stands out in a crowd.
She wrote my name.
First of all, this girl, this actress, this is her moment.
I love seeing actors that get one line and I'm so happy for them.
One line. This is a co-star spot, a one-line co-star spot.
Yes.
Okay, this paid nothing.
You're paid like nothing,
Nothing.
especially on a Netflix show. I've been on a Netflix show. Y'all keep paying me, but let's be real.
Let's be real. Netflix plays the worst. Okay. She made a meal out of this line, and
Bravo to you!
bravo
to you!
bravo.
As you were last year.
This is not last year.
Benedict.
Francesca.
We're just pausing just to say that we love Benedict and we cannot wait for Benedict's
I
season.
cannot wait for his season.
I can't wait for a season. You guys know I do not love Benedict's book. Do you? How do you feel?
No, it's my least favorite. Him and Gregory's are my least favorite.
Gregory's book is just boring to me.
Yeah.
But Benedict is not a good person.
It's just Cinderella.
It's Cinderella, but like worse. Because you're from the prince's point of view where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna marry you because you're too you don't have any
Because
title.
I can't.
But I want to pound that.
Right.
So let's do that." And she's like, "I don't really want to." And he's like,
Now we're trapped in the cabin together.
I guess we fucking.
Jessica!
last season.
No.
They had to recast that, and they were like, Francesca's in Beth.
She's in piano camp.
She's in piano camp.
Shout out to the original actress who originally booked it. She booked a lead on another show. So
Yes.
conflicting. I was talking to my mom and she was like, well, she got fired. I was like, Mom, she
She's on-
didn't get fired.
She's in a lead on another Netflix show.
You have.
Thank you, Mama.
So I was like, Mom, she didn't get fired. She got another job where she was actually the lead in something and filming. What do? You got to go where the work takes you, right? So I understand, but I think the recast, perfect.
I think she's exactly what I would have wanted Francesca to look like. And it's really just the way she's embodying Francesca is amazing.
Yeah, I don't really care about the looks or whatever. I think they all look like siblings.
Yes, they do.
They all look like siblings. Actually, back, because I rewatched seasons 1 and 2. So back when Eloise in season 2 was cavorting a little bit with
the cute boy
with Theo, I was
Yes.
like, I bet he auditioned to be one of the brothers.
He did actually audition to be one of the brothers because he looks just the whole time he was with
There
Eloise.
you go.
When he was with Eloise, I was like,
ew, they look like first cousins.
They look like brother
They
and
look like brother and
sister.
sister, first cousins at most. I didn't like it. Okay, so I just want to say the introduction to Francesca. Do we do book spoilers?
I do book spoilers. I do.
I know that, but like we warn.
Yes, guys, we do book spoilers here. Most of the people who watch this channel do know that, but if you've never watched before, we do talk about the events of the books and how they relate to the show.
I love that they have Francesca as the B love story because her main love story is with her second husband.
Yes.
Which is the sexiest book and my favorite
Yes.
bodice ripper
Yes.
book
Yes.
of all time.
Francesca's book is very wonderful. Later, I do want to just do a quick recommend if you are a romance reader and you're looking for young women who do know their bodies. Tessa Dare, all of her young heroines in her romance novels masturbate. So they actually know what they want when they're with men for the first time.
Thank
I will
you.
just say, like, if you're looking for someone who's not like, oh, he touched my what? Like,
I've
then
never seen my body before.
I literally never looked at my vagina.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a
My
romance
nose
novelist,
is running.
we're getting messy.
Francesca. There's no need to shout.
Okay.
I must say,
This is the first indication. This is the first little seed of the fact that Francesca is a little neurodivergent.
Would you like to talk about this? Because
I would
I've been
love
seeing this
to.
online. Okay.
Okay, so she is this, I don't know if I would say prodigy, but she has this singular focus on the pianoforte. And that's kind of all she cares about. She also mentions a lot about like you don't need to shout. Like she has some sensory issues. And I think this actress does a really wonderful job of playing on that spectrum because it's never like
Not like other shows like The Good Doctor where things are so like almost to the point
A
of
caricature.
being a caricature. That's exactly
Yes.
it. Yes.
they rode the line so
Mm-hmm.
perfectly with her and giving us the crumbs of her little neurodivergence from the very, very start.
And what is interesting, I know a lot of people were like, she was missing for all of season 2, like, whatever. The thing about
But she was in Bath.
she was in Bath, but also the book, Francesca is almost never there.
Yeah.
Like, she straight up pieces out from her family, I think before, like, the events, so that we never see her.
Yeah, I remember, it's the second book or the third book, she's, like, already married. Yeah.
And she's younger.
So I think by this time in the book, she's already married.
Yeah.
This reveal of Colin's face. Having just rewatched the first and second season,
I started this first season, his face is very different.
the glow up
Yeah.
is insane.
It is
My
insane.
mom called me and she's like, Marie, what do you think they had him do? Like, she's like trying to find out his workout program for me. Like, diet workout. The jawline, the hair, the
Clothes, all of it.
clothes. So the clothes are doing a really good job of casting shadows upon his jawline and neck. You can see the high collars are really helping define his
jaw.
Beautiful jaw.
He does look very good. I did, y'all know already, like, God bless Luke Newton, the workout plan. I've been trying to look like Luke, like the same amount of time that he's had to get in shape. I have been also trying to get in shape, and instead I'm eating a burrito and a full charcuterie. So, God bless, like he's been putting in the work.
It doesn't count.
It does not count. But he does look like he has worked very, 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 very hard. It looked like a baby in season 1.
He did, and also I really think they tailored his stuff to look like he had smaller shoulders than he had.
Oh, that's interesting.
And a little bit more of a paunch than he actually has.
Oh, I didn't think about how they used, because I did see Eloise in season 1 looks like an infant, and that's because her hair, like the bang is crazy and like all of it. And very high neck.
The tailoring, the costuming does the Lord's work in this, because oftentimes these characters are 10 or more years older.
Yes.
They're cast.
Yes. Than
they're supposed to be. So the hair, makeup, and costuming, especially the tailoring, does a lot of the heavy lifting.
That's very true. I don't know what it would be like to be Penelope. I've never been in love with someone over the course of my entire life.
No, never.
I
don't have that kind of patience. First of all,
I had already mentioned in my previous review that I Penelope was a wallflower, but it was because I was too horny. Like, you know that meme where it's like, stop scaring the hoes?
That's you.
I scared all the hoes because I was just like, do you want me? Do you want me? But I've never had a crush on a guy forever, because I was like, if you don't want me, I'm gonna just try this person.
Yeah,
if you don't want me, I'm gonna try this person. And are you a flirt? I love to flirt. So
love
to flirt.
Love it.
Love flirting.
It's an extracurricular activity.
It makes you feel good about yourself. So it's hard. I love Penelope so much, but I don't know what it would be like to be in love with a boy forever and then he glows up. I already liked him before.
Yeah, I liked him when he had small shoulders and a round face.
And now he's coming in
I liked him for his personality.
That's the thing. I don't know what that would be like. No, I like people for their personality. But yeah, I don't know what it would be like to like someone for 10 years. That's crazy.
First of all, I've never stayed in one place to like someone for that long.
Millennial life.
Yes.
Pause!
I wish I could show y'all my abs. I don't.
My God.
He did what he had to do.
He did. And I also love that he's just doing a quick change in the carriage.
There's no way his mother would have let him do this. It's so funny that the show was like, no, we know what the ladies need.
Yeah, the ladies are in one carriage, the boys are in another.
Yes.
Let's get him naked.
Across the Mediterranean Sea by the time we broke our first fast.
Indeed.
Oh, this is very interesting. So last season,
yes,
Colin could not shut the fuck up.
Did you rewatched?
I rewatched.
Okay.
He did not. He seriously. I mean, they bring it up here.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because Charlotte was between these two seasons. There's a lot of time between season 2 and 3.
It really was.
There really, really was. And so I had forgotten so much and so many of the details. Colin would not shut the fuck up about Greece. He reminded me of myself when I came back from studying abroad in London. And I could not shut the fuck up.
Which makes sense, though. You were young, right? You're a young
Yes.
person being like, oh my God,
I finally experienced life.
Yes.
And I can't stop talking about it. That was Colin last season. And he was so obnoxious about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this season, all right, let's talk about it.
We do love it.
We do love it.
Apparently, I haven't read my comments in a little bit, in a week or so from my last video, but I did see someone saying, hey, I saw that they included characters with differently abled characters.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they were just trying to fill a quota? And I don't feel like, I actually thought these were really beautiful moments. I actually was so happy to see them.
First of all, you don't know which one of these actresses or both are hard of hearing, which I really love.
Yes.
They didn't make a point to be like, oh, honey, and sign, which I love. So there could be there's either two or one or the other of hard of hearing or deaf, and which I love. I love The diva in the wheelchair.
The diva in the wheel. When we get to the diva in the wheelchair, I could not believe they put a
diva in a wheelchair.
And the way his wheelchair also, like, because it's like an old-fashioned wheelchair, but it looks like almost like it's
like
so,
a lounger.
It's a lounger.
It's a lounger.
It's so great. It is so great. And they have had, I think they had in a past season, they had a character, I forget which character was supposed to be stuttering. They had a character a few seasons ago that was supposed to be like a stutterer, I thought. Because there was a character in the books that stutters, and I remember bringing it up. I think it may have been in season 1. It was maybe the Duke. I think the Duke was supposed to actually have a stutter, and he did it exactly twice. I think Reggae did it twice in the show. I think they tried it out and they went, no. So it's really nice to see here. Like, they're actually kind of making an effort this season.
It did start with the Duke. Like, he had a stutter growing up, which he not grew out of, but trained to
not
live with.
Yes.
I think they could have showed it more because in the books they showed it when he got really frustrated or overly emotional, which was another layer to like why he didn't want to show that
with
vulnerability
Daphne.
with Daphne.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think I talked about it a little bit as a person who is married to a man who stutters. Like, it's not something to like be ashamed of, like to even show on TV. I know it might be, I think on TV because they play it for laughs versus it being a part of people's lives, they probably were afraid to do it and people be like, oh, that's silly. But I'm like, this is a real thing that people have and go through. But I am happy that they were like, we can do more in the show. We can do whatever we... Honestly, Bridgerton's so popular, I feel like they can do whatever they want at this point.
You know what you could do, Bridgerton? You could cast a Latina. That would be nice.
Do you want to go into it now, or do you want to go into it later? Because they have not... We need to talk about, like, there is no...
I just want to plant the seed now. I just want you to look for any Latina character at all.
Yes.
From here on out. You will not see one.
You will not see one. And something that we want to talk about, probably we'll talk about at some point, is a book that we both talked about, Adriana Herrera's book. She has a series that is about, like, Caribbean women who are going to London and, like... Paris, that's exactly it. Paris. And they're, like, I'm like, people are going back and forth, y'all. Like, this is very possible for us to put into the show.
Yeah.
So, we'll talk about it.
Especially because this is a fantasy.
It's literally a fantasy.
So. Bridgerton's.
Her right-hand man.
Where's the love of his life? Where did that guy go?
Where did he go?
My mom called me the other day because she watched Queen Charlotte. She couldn't get into season 1 of Bridgerton, so she quit. And then I was like, Mom, just watch Queen Charlotte. It'll get you back in. Yeah. She watched it and she's like, but where? She called me and she's like, where is the man he's in love with? And I was like, Mom, I don't know. They haven't showed him on the show yet.
Oh.
Just as an American actress, I just want to say, I get so upset that British actresses can come in every variety. They can look any... Beauty is a very wide, very, very wide landscape.
And a very secondary consideration. What are we saying about these actresses right now, though?
It sounds terrible, but I do want to say they're all beautiful, but in America, everyone would have literally had to be a model to be on this show. We actually here, I think we mostly, like a lot of the people who get cast are quite literally models.
Models first, actors second.
And a lot of my favorite Black actresses are all British. And they are beautiful women, but they are just astounding actors. Yeah. And I think it's very frustrating that in America we have to quite literally, everyone needs to look like Simone Ashley, who's gorgeous. But it's not
a model.
But actually a model.
This will be the longest flashback. Oh, the wink! I'm glad you can wink. Not everyone can wink.
I cannot wink. But, like, I have seen pictures of me winking.
Show it right now.
It looks like I got punched in the...
Older brides.
Okay, also, Fife was in the other 2 seasons, or the second season.
That guy, right?
That guy. Mm-hmm. Oh, not Fife.
We'll learn his name in a second.
Fife is one of them, but it's not him. So he was... Let's rewind. Okay. I love the sisters. They are
That is so interesting. 'Cause
clowns.
I am complaining. Y'all know, first thing I did was complain about the sisters in my other review.
They are clowns.
They are clowns.
They are the comedic brevity that Bridgerton needs to be injected with every so often. And I enjoy, because both of these women are like attractive women who are just allowed to be fucking clowns.
You know that they're dating people in the cast.
Yes!
I love it for them! It would be a lot of fun to play those characters.
Yeah.
I will say I have complained about them, but mainly because I felt like they were not used well in season 2. And I do think they're being used well in season 3. Oh my god! I did not enjoy the Featheringtons in season 2. Y'all know I did not enjoy the Featheringtons in season 2. I'm having fun with them here.
It has a great setup to like why she's so desperate to leave.
That makes sense, yes.
They are her original bullies.
Fair, yes.
They're not like evil stepsister evil.
It's interesting, it's almost Cinderella, but it's not Cinderella in the way
Yeah.
that she's being played.
Right. It's not evil stepsister, but I think a lot of sisters have a very contentious relationship.
That do not have a sister.
Yeah, and she is in the middle.
Yes.
So she's very much like the peacemaker, right? And you've got the older Featherington who, like, this is her introduction to her husband, which we didn't see in previous seasons. She's like suddenly married. Because before their cousin Jack, she was engaged to
Guys,
cousin
I really
Jack.
wanted Polly and cousin Jack to work it out. I'm not gonna lie, Polly Walker, Mama Featherington and cousin Jack. I thought had I love them together, guys. I liked the chemistry. I like an older woman, younger man. So
They had chemistry because she played the fuck out of him, which
yes.
I love.
I just wanted her to get it in, but I understood she had to take care of her girls before she could think of that.
girls.
Who never owned so much as a donkey cart would have a
Important seed that I feel will come back in the second half of the
Definitely coming back.
Basically, they've done a lot of like the Featheringtons and their financial situation is very tenuous. So is the story getting a little tired? Maybe, but I think they're planting the seed because Penelope has to save them.
Penelope's
time.
definitely going to save them, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're planting the seed early of this story that we've concocted doesn't hold any water. If anyone decides to put any sort of focus on this for a second, everything will fall to bits. And I think this is really smart.
What's interesting is I did mention in my overall review so far that I was a little like sad that they haven't talked about Penelope, the fact that Penelope is mad rich right now. Like, Penelope has more money
Loaded
than any woman probably in the tone has without marriage or without a dowry.
Yeah.
She has her own money. But I think it could be...
She is independently wealthy.
Very independently wealthy. So I do think she's probably going to have to save her family's life for sure by the end of the season. Be like, Mama, I got it.
And it's planted right here.
Yeah.
I love how Penelope comes lumbering in.
Also... Okay, let's just
In
talk
the most
about it.
ill-fitting dress.
Nicola has great boobs, and that thing is cutting
Well, again, tailoring. So they're trying to make her look awful,
Yes.
right? So her boobs, let's say, are down. It's
Are-
like
yes.
it's like here, but it's like they're doing this.
It's like...
They're doing this.
Yes.
Okay.
It's crazy because, like...
They're doing. How attractive is this?
Her
It's not.
boobs
But
are, like,
this,
here in real life. Like, they're right here, and they're like...
Yeah, they like basically gave her quad boob.
You
right?
gave her quad boob.
They cut her boobs in half.
They did.
Also, the flesh toned
Yes.
gloves.
Oh, I didn't even...
The flesh toned gloves
are actually so disgusting.
They're so disgusting.
I love that. I love that as a little, like, this is so gross.
Whoa! Look at that.
It's actually really gross.
Really gross.
It's really gross.
Not flattering.
No.
And it looks like lunch meat.
It looks like lunch meat, or like she's
Just
wearing
an
someone else's
armful of
hands.
lunch meat.
Nicola was a trooper. She got such a makeover this season.
Oh yeah, she was like, oh yeah, she talks about it. She was like, make me look as awful as possible. She was into looking terrible.
Oh, I love
so
that.
that not every actress is willing to do that to
look ugly?
Be willing to look
Yes.
ugly.
Shall we go and get some lemonade? Splendid idea. Maybe parched with thirst.
Yes. Okay. So we now see that Eloise is friends with Cressida Cowper.
Not only that, though, but she protects Penelope.
She protects Penelope because she still cares about Penelope.
She does, but she has set a boundary.
She really has.
And that she will not cross.
Yes.
But she still protects her from her bullying in this moment.
Yes, and I had mentioned this to Marissa, but there are people, because I have now been on Twitter a little bit seeing what people are saying about Bridgerton, and people are violently mad about Eloise in a way that I cannot actually understand. I feel like if my friend betrayed me the way that...
Betrayed. Not only almost ruined Eloise.
Literally
but the
ruined
whole
her
family.
Yes.
As shit was going down with the Sharmas too. So like it was bad last season.
Yes.
Like the shithole that the Bridgertons had to climb themselves out of.
Right.
And Eloise knows that Penn had a direct hand in that.
Direct hand.
And has not forgiven her.
Right, and I've seen people be like, oh my gosh, like, Eloise is a mean girl this season, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Penelope's almost the ultimate mean girl. Like, Penelope is the one who I think has the redemption story. I don't think Eloise needs to redeem herself from anything. And I think she's...
And her first act of us seeing her with Penelope is protecting her.
Right.
So I completely disagree with that.
It's so weird. I think I had said in my review that I really liked Eloise this season because I felt like she kind of like... She had to grow up in between seasons, and like it's hard to losing your best friend is very difficult. If anyone's had to break up with their best friend, which I've had to do, it is a very difficult thing to do. And then to see people be like, "I hate her. She's being evil and mean." I'm just like,
no, she's not.
She's friends.
No, she's not. She has healthy boundaries, and she is not mean to Penelope.
She's not mean to Penelope.
She's not mean to Penelope.
Stories from abroad are not suitable for such tender.
Just like every man.
He's such a fuckboy this season. He's like trying to be such a fuckboy right now. Let's see how that works out for him.
Much has certainly changed in that time.
A good deal, I know.
As a reminder,
Yes.
the last sort of interaction that these two had was her overhearing him.
That's right.
Tell his friends that he would never, ever court Penelope Featherington.
That does happen in the books. He tells his brothers he would never touch her with a 10-foot pole.
No. Never be caught dead. So that's kind of the last, it's not even an interaction. That's kind of like what she overheard. And then he went on to his travels and...
That would break me down.
Oh, and it did.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, sometimes time moves rather quickly.
Bye.
I had forgotten, because I hadn't rewatched season 2, I had forgotten that the last thing she heard him say was that.
Yeah.
I can see now why she was like,
Bye. Peace.
I just hope they take their time.
She's like, go home and fuck.
it is so funny how many times Lady Featherington tells her daughters to fuck this season. Just like, please go home.
We need a counter on that. Just go home and fuck.
Ding! Like, I just need y'all.
Do I need to tell a baker to bake?
Unfortunately, she did need to tell a baker to bake. Because when we find out how they fucking, it was not fucking.
In mind?
I do want to say the seamstress's wig. I have talked about this as well. Free her. Free her.
I would just like to say
Yes.
that kind men are a theme this season.
They are. I'm not going to lie to you. I quite liked Lord Debling.
I do too. He is kind.
He's kind, and he would have given her all the privacy.
He's kind and he's honest.
Yes.
He never once lied to her or misleads her in what he's expecting or what he's wanting.
Yes. I have seen the fan base divided between people who wanted her to get with... Lord Debling was never going to happen, guys. Like, that was never going to be who she ended up with, but I do think they did a good job.
Because he's not what she wanted.
Correct. She wanted Colin.
Love Anthony in this.
I love Anthony overall. I know a lot of people don't like Anthony because he was an asshole in season 1. I think I was because book 2 is like my favorite book, so I was already very much influenced by the fact that I loved Anthony from book 2. So
yeah, but he's an asshole throughout.
He can't help it. He's head of the family and he's stressed.
And he's so stressed. But here, he ain't stressed he's just like, let's go shoot
go
these
outside.
outside.
Let's go outside. I just got back from my honeymoon. I love my wife.
Relaxed. He's relaxed. He has a
Yes.
nice tan.
Yes.
He is glowing.
God, I love Jonathan Bailey in general.
Jonathan Bailey makes me want to be a gay man.
He really does make me want to be
I want to be a gay man so
just like literally
badly.
just for Jonathan Bailey.
Just for him.
Because
no one else.
No one else. Let me think about it. I've had a crush on a lot of gay men in my life, but Jonathan Bailey, I've never seen. He does, like, the way he looks at women, like he wants to devour them. So many men do not commit to the smolder the way he commits to the smolder.
Commit to the smolder.
So I think so many men think it's silly, and so when they do it on screen, you can tell they think it's silly. The way, and even in season 1, when he was looking at, I forget the opera singer's name that he was really into.
Sienna.
See, the way he would stare at her. Remember when he was staring at her from the stage, and he was just burnt, and then he looked at, like, and then they had sex under the bleachers.
Longing. Oh, the bleachers sex.
Woo! He just like stares at women, and the way he stared at Kate last season, it's just like he commits. If you can commit. That's all I need.
That's all I need.
Francesca,
Costume
where's
for
your sister?
Violet. She looks gorgeous.
Oh, this is a I would wear
gorgeous
this today.
little overcoat. I want this.
Oh, I would wear this.
I want this. I think they did a
Eloise!
lot of organza overlay in this season.
Yeah.
And a different tool and a lot of ombre. So ombre, organza overlay, and a lot of tulle. So that's what we'll see this season.
Time, humour, and truth. The pains of friendship. It is altogether more probable.
Pains of friendship.
Then I take it your taste
She's
in
basically
friendship.
like, love isn't real. Eloise is saying, love isn't probable for me, but you know what is? Friendships, and friendships going awry, and she's like using Emma to like get through.
But also last season, she was very into like the rights of women,
Yeah.
and then all of that came crashing down,
Yeah.
and she almost ruined the family. So I feel like she's just like, you know what? I'm not gonna try to rock the boat.
Yeah, her dreaming, a lot of last year was her dreaming of
Yes.
a very, very different life.
Yes.
And I feel like this is her accepting
Yeah.
of not only where she is in her life, but also where she is in society.
I'm very interested to know when she's gonna start, if they do it in the show, if she starts writing, book spoilers, if she starts writing Philip.
I think
Because-
it's going to happen next season.
You think so?
I think
Okay.
she's going to be the B story of next season.
Got it. I do think Benedict is gonna be next season.
I do too.
They already pushed it off. Like,
Yeah.
it's time.
I think she's going to be the B story of next season, and then the season after that, she's going to be no.
It'll probably be her season, right? After Benedict?
And then Francesca?
Oh, you're right. They introduced Francesca. I think so, because Francesca has a while to, like, let that marinate.
Because Eloise is a fucking on-the-shelf spinster.
Yes.
She's like 20...
Well, at this point, they changed the ages from the book. In the book, they would be in their late 20s, but at this point, she might be 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there. Because they haven't aged them up all that much in the show.
And I think by the time we get to her romance story, she's going to be closer to 30 than anything else.
You think they're going to let that happen?
Absolutely.
Ooh!
I think she's
I'm
going to
not
kind of be like, I'm a spinster. Her best friend is married to her brother. They're gone traveling away.
Yeah.
Her younger sister, Francesca, is in this hot new...
So you think Francesca may end up being season 5? Oh, shit.
I think
I don't
it's
know
gonna
if
be
I'm ready
Benedict
for that.
Francesca.
I'm sorry. Everything
They
about...
could delay it.
Yeah, we'll see.
But also, like, the thing about her season, about Eloise, is that it's going to be completely away from society.
Yes.
It's going to be just her. So it would need to be, she'd be the A, but we'd need a very equally as strong B story in London.
Ooh, I don't even
In
know how they're going
society.
to work that.
Exactly. Oh!
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
It's pretty tough. Penelope has two great loves.
Yeah.
It's Colin and it's Eloise.
Yeah.
And
she lost both.
And she lost both in one fell swoop.
And it also is very hard because, like, if you've ever been friends with someone that you're on just very different pages with, I know, like, the best friend that I lost, like, when I cut them off, I spent my time being like, we're done. And the other person was like, oh, maybe we'll be friends again one day. So they're just on very different pages. Like, Eloise spent the summer being like, taking Penelope out of her life and fully being like, okay, that is not my... And
and also she said, you were avoiding me.
you were avoiding me. So, like, I'm sure at some point she went, okay, I guess we're not friends anymore. I guess
Right.
she's not going to come back. And then Penelope probably was like, maybe I'll give her space and she'll forgive me over the
Right.
summer and we'll be friends again. So
And Eloise is making it very clear that forgiveness is not, she's not there.
she's not
and may
there.
not ever get there.
Or even if she forgives, she may be like, I don't know if I want to be friends with someone though
Right.
that would do what you did.
Right. That fundamentally, yeah. She's definitely setting a boundary and being very clear about it.
That's tough.
Very tough.
Friendship boundaries are harder than I think almost any other kind of. I can tell everybody else to fuck off, but with friends, it's very tough to be like, I'm a different person than I was a few months ago.
Yeah.
I need you to respect that.
I will agree with that. For me, making boundaries in romantic relationships,
Easy. Like, you want me, right?
so easy.
You want me, so you go.
So
Yes.
easy. But for friends, for women especially,
Yeah.
I'm a lot more forgiving
I am too.
when I really shouldn't be. I've been burned by more women, way more women than men. But then again, I have always
More.
much clearer, much stronger, much more logical boundaries with men and romantic relationships, a romantic relationship with women as well. But like friendships, it's a little bit more, I don't know, I'm just like so much more forgiving. But Eloise is not
I'm happy for her.
that. Yeah, she's
Listen.
like, you almost ruined my life. You brought shame and misery upon my family. And that's
family.
going to take some time if I'm ever going to forgive you.
In truth, I enjoyed having a purpose. Whereas now that you're back, I'm not certain what I'm supposed to do exactly.
Okay, so at
Yes.
the end of the last season, Benedict gives up his
Okay.
place at the Art Academy.
See, I'd forgotten that. Okay.
He finds
it up.
out that Anthony paid for his place at the...
That's right.
And as soon as he finds out, he gives up his place, packs up his paints. He has not painted since.
Got it.
Okay?
So it's been several months.
And in the interim, he has been taking care of the Bridgerton estate and doing a damn good job
a
of it.
damn good job
A
of it.
damn good job. And now that Anthony's back, he's like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now. Because he quit.
Yes.
He quit his art. Now the estate is being managed by Anthony again, so he's afloat.
Business
Mr. Mondrian.
is good. We're glad to see it. Would you?
Mr. Mondrick, who I have said many times, I'm like, why is he in the storyline? And many of
I
you
know
have
why.
rightfully said it's because he's gorgeous. Somebody would have been like, Miana, he's a fine black man. Get the fuck off his dick.
He's
You
a
know
fine
what?
black man. Also, his wife is so cute.
She's so
and
cute.
she's an amazing actress.
Yeah.
I will say this. I think she acts circles around him.
Ooh, harsh. But I think she actually does the little
The heavy
intricate-
lifting.
Yeah.
She does the heavy lifting for their relationship.
Yes.
And I will say, I think they're there in general as the Bridgerton family is very open-minded in a way that the rest of the society is
Very
not.
true. Yeah.
Very much apart from the rest of society. They're extremely open-minded. So I think that they are introducing the Mondricks?
Yes.
The Mondrickses?
Mondrick
size?
Yes.
The Mondricks as the outsiders who become allies.
I agree with that. I did say I think that they, again, because I'm meaner than Marissa in all things, I was like, I saw this with Lady Danbury's storyline and Queen Charlotte, but I am realizing that a lot of people didn't see Queen Charlotte. And also that happened very quickly, right? It was one season of Queen Charlotte. They moved from being outside the ton to inside of the ton, and their rise, it all happened very quickly inside of Queen Charlotte. This is probably going to be more of a gradual thing as we see them trying to like wrestle with what is expected of them in the ton and what is they want to do with their own relationship and with their children. So I do agree with that. I am just kind of like, I think because again, I do wish the story had more Penelope and Colin in it over the
I
course
think that's
of
the next half.
the next few. And that's the reason why so many people are like, we're mad about the season, but at the same time, it's like,
No, the first half of the season is Penelope coming into her own and Colin realizing what he's missing out on. The second half of the season is Colin recognizing who Penelope actually is, which is Lady Whistledown.
yeah.
And then coming together as a couple to solve that problem.
Like, it's gonna, I just wish, we need seasons as a whole. Breaking seasons in half is not, especially to shows like this. Maybe it works for some shows, but a show like this where there's like, they are clearly driving.
What is it? What is it? My partner was like, wait a second. Are they still filming? And I'm like, no.
No.
They're not still
They
filming.
actually finished filming this. They had already finished filming the show before Queen Charlotte dropped last year. Because, yes. Yeah, so when I went and saw a Q&A, and Golda, who plays the Queen was there, and she said they have finished filming season 3. Now the strikes happened, Netflix didn't have a lot of stuff to put out, so I think that's why they pushed this show. But this show has been done.
But Netflix was a big reason why the strikes happened. So.
Netflix was also. And you saw how like people want to start paying per viewership of show. Apple Plus just said they want to start paying actors based on viewership.
Apple.
So done this. Can I offer you a drink? No. No.
I love this read.
I should be quick. And now that I have you
love this actor.
When he goes, no. No.
He's like,
he does it twice.
Like, it's ridiculous. His first one is like, that's ridiculous. I'm on the clock. And this is not an appropriate place.
No. But then he comes back to say no.
And then he clarifies, no, I'm here on business.
I actually really liked this quite a bit.
I love this read,
Yeah,
this actor. Again, all of the small actors,
yes.
all of the co-star guest stars, they're really just bringing it this season.
They're bringing it.
She's go down on her! Go down!
Anthony loves going down on her.
Anthony loves going down on his wife!
Anthony loves going down on Kate.
Cheers to cunnilingus.
Cheers to cunnilingus. Cheers to men who are not afraid to get in there. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, okay? It's beautiful. And Anthony loves, like, this is the first thing he did to Kate. He hasn't stopped.
Yes.
He hasn't stopped.
Not once.
Kate can't even escape. Like, sometimes she's like, baby, I need like a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah.
Come on, Ashley.
Ignore them.
I cannot. Ignore them. Ignore them. Rewind it.
Ignore them.
He's like, in the middle of his meal, ignore them.
I did not notice that on first watch.
It's perfect. I did. I noticed that immediately. He's muff diving and in it to win it.
I truly love them together.
I love them together. I love that they challenge each other.
I do too.
I love that they have found happiness in their selfishness because they've never gotten to be selfish, and that was a big theme of last season, which definitely comes into this season. Is they were only thinking of their families and putting their families first, and like causing resentments on both sides because of that, because they weren't living for themselves. And it's just nice to see, because last season there was not a lot of fucking, and
there was not a lot of fucking.
There was not a lot of fucking, and honestly, we're not gonna get a lot of fucking until Francesca's book, the 4 Seasons book, which
I love this moment.
I should like to try something.
the 4 Seasons ball, first of all, and then we'll see. I love the art and the props in this.
It's next coming up scene.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's the 4 Seasons ball. So you'll see all 4 seasons.
I didn't even notice that.
Yes, and this is Penelope coming into her new season.
Oh my gosh! You see why we needed someone else on the channel?
See?
Because I'm over here drunk like, and I never liked,
and I never liked her anyway. That's Miata.
That's me. And then Marissa's like, the organza, the detailing. I do hate everything about Kate's dress in this right here.
Why?
I wish this wasn't in her face, maybe, and I don't love the colors.
She's
here.
more relaxed.
Well, she did. I bet they just banged it out.
They just banged it. This is sex hair, baby.
This is actually sex hair, to be honest.
This is sex hair.
I do wish this wasn't as matronly. I would love a different color on her. I think I would love a bright purple or a turquoise or like a brighter color on her skin. in
but
this
she's a
scene.
Bridgerton now, so she's in the soft blues.
Oh, is that what they do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. See how she notices everything? And I'm just like, why ain't for her?
She's in the soft blues, and then like the maroons, the browns, those are all like her heritage colors, right?
Okay.
So they try to mix it in, but they'll have her in muted blues.
In muted blues.
I'm sure she will find.
Cressida's sleeves.
All season, her hair and her sleeves all season are phenomenal.
Her hair has always been phenomenal,
Yes.
but the sleeves?
This season are so crazy.
They're crazy! This is actually tame.
This is very tame compared to where it gets to by episode 4.
Yes, of course.
And also just Nicola.
The
glows.
makeup! The
glow-
makeup! Okay, the eyes,
Yes.
they're instead of being rounded,
Yes.
they've elongated
Yes.
up and out.
Yes.
The natural flush, they had her in very matte makeup.
They did. Yes, she started glowing at this moment.
So they had her in
Yes.
matte makeup and very like pops of ill-placed blush.
Yes.
And very rounded eyes before. So now they've completely changed. Obviously her hair is very like they took very like old Hollywood,
Very
Rita
much so.
Hayworth
Yes.
kind of like that sort of loose, more relaxed curls.
Yes.
She's trying to be more relaxed. She's trying to be more open.
Yes.
So this is the physical embodiment of that.
I love it so much. I think she looks so beautiful.
She looks gorgeous. Yeah. These three musketeers.
I just, as a person who always wished for a moment like this and has not yet had my moment like this, I am living for Penelope walking into a full ballroom looking just absolutely stunning.
Gliding down the stairs.
I still want this moment for myself. Like, I still dream of it like happening at like the Oscars or like the Golden Globes red carpet.
Didn't you have that moment at your wedding?
I was so stressed at my wedding. I was so
Couldn't
stressed.
enjoy it for a moment.
No, I was stressed, and I'm gonna say this. Like, one of my bridesmaids had the best of intentions, but she would not let me drink. She's like, you don't want to get messy at a wedding. She took the alcohol out of my hand every time I tried to take a drink. I was sober for my entire wedding. We had an open bar. We had all kinds of drinks, and I could not drink. Every time I had a drink, she took it out of my hand.
See, this is what we were talking about, not having good boundaries with friendships.
Yes. So
You should have been like, sit the fuck down, bridesmaid. I'm gonna enjoy a glass or two of champagne
just something.
on my wedding day.
And I did go to the Oscars this year, you guys, but there was a hole in the butt of my dress.
Oh my god, that was so funny. The live updates that we got throughout that night from Miata were comedic gold. And of course, as it was happening, I was like, of course.
Yes,
of course
it's happening to me.
To Miata.
Because I got out of the car at the Oscars. I felt beautiful. And the valet opens my door and he closes the door and he's like, ma'am. And I turned to him thinking he's gonna be like, you look stunning.
Gorgeous.
And he goes, you have a hole in your dress. And I was like, what? He's like,
In her butt.
It was in my butt. And as I've said before, I would describe the location as anus level.
It was.
There's no other place.
It was a hole to the hole.
It was literally right where the anus would be on my Oscar.
Anyways,
So, yeah.
Nicola, congratulations.
You look gorgeous, and I
Gorgeous.
wish I had this. I can't wait for this moment to happen. It's going to happen. I do love that her makeover did not come with a new personality.
No.
She still does not know how to speak to men.
No.
Still awkward.
This is just the first step.
Yes.
She's like,
You as well, my lord. Not the
this is
gown.
like,
This is the moment where I actually had to have Alex pause so I could breathe through the awkward.
this is when, this is like when a server puts down your food and
Yes.
it's like, enjoy your meal. And you go, you too.
You too. But so much worse.
But a million times worse.
Million times
Because you're trying
worse.
to marry one of
You're
these
trying to-
yahoos.
It really hurt.
I
this
feel
was
like I
hard
need
for me.
another shot.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Okay.
it. It was hard for me to watch this.
This,
I had
this
to
is
pause.
so cringy. We need another shot.
I had to. I'll get you first. Breathe.
The cringe. I can't handle.
I can't do cringe.
I can't do cringe. Cringe comedy,
Same.
cringe anything.
I can't do it.
Like secondhand embarrassment. I have to remove myself.
I actually do the same.
Yeah.
Alex loves it. That's why when he watches Love is Blind, he gets enjoyment out of all this.
I have to leave the
I
room.
have to leave the room.
I have to leave the room, take a walk, breathe.
I I'm so bad with embarrassing moments. And so this
I've
whole...
had too many. I've had too many.
I'm now going through all of them in my
I
mind.
know, right? Me too.
Lest we remain too long and give Lady Whistledown something to write about.
As someone who has watched men lose the lust for me...
In real time.
The longer I spoke, this was very hard to watch. I have watched the lust leave a man's eyes.
Yeah.
As I was speaking.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I couldn't stop talking. Like,
No,
no.
you can't stop. You can't stop digging that hole. You're already there. You're already dead. You're already dead.
Just like, let me just keep going. It is very hard to watch her do this because I have absolutely done this before.
Oh, 100%.
I've done this.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's so bad.
And she looks so good. Her titties look so good, and it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They were like, I can't deal with this shit. Danbury's wig that is just like, boom.
It's just,
Like,
it's very helmety.
It is absolutely a helmet.
It is a helmet.
And it's interesting because I feel like everyone on the show, almost everyone's wearing a wig. And she's the only one, except for the seamstress, who I'm always like, maybe because of the darkness of the colors, it really shows how...
Yes, there's not enough variation in the...
Yes.
You know what? It's because it takes a lot of time.
To be a piano? Yes.
To be as good at piano as she is.
Yes.
And also, she is being ganged up on by 3 of these yahoos.
This is a crazy scene to me. I'm like, who do you guys think you are?
Yeah.
What do you want from a wife? You want someone that has like, what do you, like...
They're just like group interviewing her in the worst way.
In the worst way. It's very rude.
And also, she's young. I think she's 17, 18. She's supposed
Tops.
to be here.
Like tops.
Tops 18 here.
Yes.
Okay?
One way or another.
She's like, every Bridgerton's an extrovert except for you, girl.
Yes. As a person who is an introvert and who had to grow up with an extroverted mom and brother, my dad's an introvert, but he was not forced to go to events. It was very difficult.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
I didn't realize because, I loved performing from a very young age. Everyone just assumed because I was dramatic and liked being in the spotlight that I was extroverted, and that is not the case. I'm an introverted extrovert in that I can turn it on when I need to, such as now.
Exactly.
But social interactions drain me.
So much so.
And I will 9 times out of 10 choose to stay home rather than
love being
go out.
I love being in my house.
There's nothing better.
I love being
There's
inside.
literally nothing better. Last night, my partner went out dancing.
Oh my God.
And I was like, bye. Have a great time.
Have a good time.
I'm going to stay home and cuddle on the couch with my puppies.
It's wonderful. It's so, so wonderful. Yeah, I grew up with a mom who, like, she thought something was wrong with me. So she would drop me off at the houses of children I did not know. It would be like coworkers, friends, children. And at one point I lived in Africa growing up.
That's a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. And so she would drop me off at people's houses who did not speak English. At one point, it was people who only spoke French.
Yeah.
And the kids would have their friends, and so they would all be talking, I'd be left out. This happened over the course of my childhood, where over and over again, she would just drop me off at birthday parties of people who did not speak any English, and I did not speak French. And they were like, "Hello." I was like,
Hello. And the French are notoriously friendly.
Yes, notoriously friendly. I remember guys, I've actually never seen The Little Mermaid in English. I saw it for the first time, I think, in English in my 30s, but before it was like sous l'ocean, like we're under the sea. I saw The Little Mermaid for the first time in French at the age of 6. So like my entire life was like nothing but my mom trying to force me to be extroverted. So I fully understand what it's like. I also, growing up, like I said before, boys hated me. So
if they noticed me at all.
If they noticed me. I never had anyone to dance with at dances. So like school dances, like homecoming or prom or any of the dances, boys never danced with me. I was definitely a wallflower, me and my friends. You were a wallflower? What?
100%. These titties didn't come to me until I was almost 17 years old, okay?
You, in turn, know how to make one wither, if you so choose.
I like the man. I like Lord Debling. I like that he noticed Penelope. He went up to her. He was very forthright, like just very.
He clocked her immediately.
Yes.
Knew who she was.
I really like him.
I like him too.
I don't know why y'all thought she'd end up with him because this is Colin and Penelope season. Like, Lord Devlin was not any of the marketing material, but like, yes, I as a man would.
We'll discuss that later.
Yeah, we'll discuss it later. Would I personally have gone for Lord Devlin? I'm not gonna lie.
Me, I admit. Oh, how mortifying. I'm so clumsy. My deepest apologies.
Heavens.
This is just such a terrible thing to do to a person. It's just like the worst.
The worst.
Cressida,
Fuck you.
like, fuck you, truly. Like,
Cressida.
I know you have a mean daddy, but Penelope's daddy's dead, and like her mama's
And
fighting for
who
her life.
also was mean.
Who also
Her
was
dad was mean.
Right.
Mean and neglectful.
Right.
And neglect is a different kind of mean.
It really is. So, like, you don't have to be like this. Cressida.
No, you do not.
Perhaps if you had not bought such cheap fabric.
The most expensive fabric, which she bought with her own goddamn money.
Her own money. Her own money. It's just so awful.
The second shot is hitting.
JoJo's actually concerned.
You miss me.
I am, now that I'm thinking about it, very proud of her for calling him on his shit. I don't think I would have
Immediately.
I don't think I would have
Immediately.
the courage to call him out.
He leaves. She has time to heal during the summer. She's healing. She's giving Eloise space. And when he comes back, does she fall into her old patterns?
No.
No, she does not.
I'm really proud of her.
Really proud.
This took me into my 20s to start doing.
Easily.
It took me a long time.
I embarrass you. Of course you would never caught me.
Why would we talk about this in private when
Right.
you so publicly announced
Yes.
that you would never have anything to do
Yes.
with me?
I am
Bitch.
really proud of her for doing it. Because again, I don't think I could have called a boy out that I liked. I don't think I would have been able to do this in my teens at all. Like, it took me
In my teens?
in
No.
my mid-20s.
Maybe if I had been mad enough.
Because
Because also like they were friends.
yeah.
They're friends.
They were
So they
friends.
do have, it's not just like some amorphous crush.
Right.
They are very close.
Yeah. That would have hurt even more. I don't know that I probably would have just been like, it's fine. Like, oh.
Yeah, I probably just would have kept my distance
Yeah,
and not said anything.
That's it.
Responsible for ensuring the
It's
lines
the
of
same
success.
lawyer who also informed the
Mondrichs.
The
Yes.
Mondrichs that they are now.
The Crown only has one one man who does all of it. One
And you
man.
know what?
I'm happy for the actor. To be
I am
honest.
too.
I'm like,
Give him a second seat. He deserves it.
And the thing is, he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
I find that this rather convenient document is in fact forged before one of your girls has an heir. The upheaval may indeed be necessary.
The thing about British society
Yes.
in this time is that so much is said
Yes, without being said.
without being said.
I love that they have to say things without saying things.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
It's in America that is not done.
That is not done, and our accent just doesn't work for it either.
No. There's no subtlety.
There's no subtlety. I watched Gilded Age, and I'm having a really good time. Do you watch the Gilded Age?
Love it.
It is fantastic.
Fantastic. Maybe we do that next.
It is so fun to watch.
Comment down below.
Yeah, comment. Do y'all watch the Gilded Age? And if so, should we watch it together?
It's a fascinating time in American history.
yes.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Because America is trying to replicate,
Mm-hmm.
the rich people are trying to replicate the society that was in London and England and in Europe. But that does not exist here.
No.
Titles do not exist here. So that was, it's a very interesting,
And also dealing with issues of race and stuff like
Yeah.
that at the time. But
the
Gilded
time.
Age is very
in a way
interesting
that this isn't, because this is a more
Yes.
fantastical,
type of show.
type of show. But Gilded Age is more historically accurate.
Yes, but I love the outfits. Oh my god! Like, what's her name? Carrie Coon's character.
Yes.
And she's New Money.
Yes.
We'll talk about that if we
Much
if we
like
do it.
Penelope.
Yes, much like, it's just her outfits are phenomenal. But
Mm-hmm.
like, it is interesting watching British people, and I think British people to this day still they're not as forthright. Like, Americans will just say some shit because we don't have any couth.
Yeah.
We are not
No tact.
And it's very interesting watching British people speak and talk around things in a way.
Was cruel and unnecessary.
It's also crazy that
She's like, you cannot like someone and also not be mean.
Yes.
And not be cruel.
I do like, again, that Eloise is able to say what she wants to say.
Yeah.
I wish I was more like that, to be honest.
Oh, the papers.
Not gonna lie, it stresses me out when papers go everywhere. I have to put those back.
Mess up those papers.
But it is also rare.
Yeah.
And I'm not certain I need to.
She understands that a true love match, though she has seen various examples throughout her life, she understands that it is rare.
It is rare.
And she is a practical, logical, Aspergery as fuck
young lady.
In ways I could not have imagined. You are clever and warm and...
I'm sick and tired of men making me fall back in love with them. You know, this has happened before, where a man's nice to you, and he treats you well, and you already have a crush on him, and he plays with your emotions, and it just...
But she does a good job navigating that.
She does do a good job.
She decided, yes. You can see her look at the very beginning when we see her entering the garden with her flesh-toned gloves. With her fleshy flesh-toned gloves. She looks at him and she's like, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
And she makes a decision, a logical decision to move on.
Yeah.
And she tries her damnedest.
She does try. He won't leave her alone.
Which we will get back to.
Yes. It's also being a man, you can just be like...
Can I help you?
Help me how?
I was in 17 cities
Okay.
this summer.
I want to take a moment right here.
Yes.
To point out that he offers his help.
He does.
She does not ask for it.
She does not ask for
Not once.
I do love this sort of trope in romance novels.
I do.
Amongst
I will teach you to be lovable.
I do love. It's kind of My Fair Lady-ish, and I do love My Fair Lady.
While others are clinging firmly to that which they already know.
So Francesca's whole thing is breaking her out of her comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's her whole thing. Not only this B storyline, but when she's the A storyline, that's her main theme. Yeah.
But
Comfort
also,
zone.
men who meet her where she's at is really important, I think. Like, the men she ends up getting with are men that are like, I like you for who you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But also, like, you can't fully become who you're meant to be if you're only in your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's very true.
I am reading it. Are you mad? You of all people would
How
be quite
hot does
interested.
Philippa look right now?
Both of them are just like, they
Gorgeous.
actually look gorgeous.
They look gorgeous this season.
They do.
They're married women. They're
Married
coming
women.
into their own.
Yes.
So they've had a glow up as well.
And does Mr. Bridgerton even know?
Valid question.
Honestly, valid.
Valid.
Very valid
He's
question.
very different from the last
Yes,
few
and
seasons.
he's playing at an older, more machismo type of Colin. It is a different Colin, but it is interesting though how they are playing this very differently than the books as well. Like he finds out very early in the books, I feel like, who Lady Whistledown is, and then the rest of the books is an asshole to her. I like that we're not having to deal with Colin being an asshole yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, guys, we finished episode 1. Editing this is going to be very difficult for me.
Sorry.
But on a rewatch, still a lot of fun. Like I said before, I'm having a really good time just like watching the season. Like I know, even though I have complained about like seeing a little bit less Colin and Penelope than I would like to see, and them spending a lot more time on other characters, it is just, the show is a fun ride.
It also makes sense. The first episode especially, like, he's just getting back into town.
Yeah.
The season is just starting.
Yeah.
She's fucking mad at him.
Yes. She's fucking mad at him.
And
yeah.
and the conflict of that and the proposed resolution from Colin of I'm sorry, I will help you, comes at the end of the first episode.
Yes. Like, this is the game, let's go on this.
And now let's play the game.
Yes.
And so the game happens the rest of the episodes.
And and again, I do like, in terms of tropes and romance, I do like this type of trope. Like, let me
Friends
help you.
to lovers.
Friends to lovers can be, I think Friends to lovers is one of the harder tropes to do because sometimes the steam is missing because they're such good friends. But I also like a, let me help you be a better dater. Oh shit, I made you too sexy. Or oh shit, I'm... Let me stare into into your eyes to pretend I'm the man you really want. And
then
oh,
it's
shit,
like, wait, it's too real.
It's too real. I really love those moments in a romance.
Yeah, it mirrors The Duke and I in that way.
Sure. Yeah.
But,
it really does. Yeah.
Yeah. But in The Duke and I excuse me, they become friends. Yeah. Whereas like here they're already friends.
Yes. And then need to, I mean, Colin just needs to realize that Penelope's looking good and needs to get in that.
Needs to get in it.
Come on. Okay, friends, we made it to the end of episode 1. We're going to be getting into episode 2. We've already taken many a shot, so like
this is done. We drank
this. This is our bottle of wine that's gone. So let's get into episode 2, friends. See you on the other side.
Bye.
Bye. Millennials.
Bye. Bye.